From the gridiron to the hardwood to the pitch to the octagon, this is the Gypsy King Studio Sports Podcast. I am your host, Samuel Tatrault, and I am your sideline pass to everything happening in this world of sports. On today's episode, we'll be breaking down the biggest upsets of the weekend and some NBA playoff matchups for the 2026 conference finals. And we will go over some trade rumors and some other things regarding to the world of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard fanatic, lock in because we are getting right into action. So don't leave your seats. Here we go. So first, I want to talk about the New York Knicks versus Cleveland Cavaliers series. So far in the postseason, the Knicks are 2-0. You might be asking yourself, how are they 2-0? Well, last series against Philly, you might know they swept them 4-0. Just like a nuclear bomb, you might say. So far for our leaders in the series, Jalen Brunson, he leads the postseason in points for the Knicks. 27.6 points per game. Our rebounds leader, he's Karl-Anthony Towns, 10.5 rebounds per game. Jalen Brunson, against assist leader with 6.8 assists per game. Man, if you're leading, if those are your leaders in categories, you can run, but you can't hide because they're coming for you. They don't back down. They don't care. This is the New York Knicks. Like they're just born to play. They are born to win. Although they didn't have a great playoff lead last year because of the Indiana Pacers, who didn't make the playoffs this year. We'll see if they could teach Cleveland a lesson. Let's hope they could redeem themselves, man, you should see what happened last game. Dude, when I look on Google to look up our stats, everything interests me. Look what happened on May 21st, in Game 2. Knicks beat the Cavs 109-93. And what happened? Oh, Jalen Brunson, 19 points, 14 assists, a double-double. Despite the personal foul, man, usually when it comes to Brunson, unfortunately, it's too late for him to win MVP because you all know SGA won MVP. But he's still playing at MVP level. He's been on the Knicks for 4 years. And what we see out of this player, what we see out of him is nothing much but effort, a will to play harder, and anything you could believe. Because with a guy like Jalen Brunson, he comes out of nowhere. He's their starting point guard. And where I come from, yes, I'm a New Yorker, by the way, he's always doing it for himself. And Mike Brown is impressed. Head coach Mike Brown impressed. And just take a look. Look up for yourself. What led Jalen Brunson to this success? What led him to this success? He's been in the NBA for I think 8 years so far. Played 4 seasons with the Mavs. Signed with the Knicks in 2022. And with the Knicks, this is basically the best team he's played for so far. We call him Brunson Burner for a reason. We call him JB, although there's lots of other JBs, but that's not important. What's important is Game 3. But enough about Jalen Brunson. Let's go with Josh Hart. He led the Knicks in scoring in Game 2 with 26 points, 10 and 21 for field goals. Man. I just found this out recently, they're calling him a new nickname. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Sorry. Hope I don't want any copyright issues with that, but they call him the heart of the city for a lot of reasons. Yes, his last name's Hart, but man, an important power forward, yes, we get it. But when it comes to Josh Hart, guys, he is doing this because he has a cause. the cause of his efforts, the cause of his gameplay, the cause of his defense, anything, this man by the name of Josh Hart, averaging 11.8 points per game in the postseason, especially the Eastern Conference Finals. How much is he worth? He's worth a lot, guys. And what I'm saying right now, at this very moment, is that he is important to our team. Because we ain't the Knicks without Hart. And that's a very important reason, because if you have Hart, you have a franchise. And if you have a franchise, you possibly have a champion. And that's one thing for sure. Because when I watch the Knicks, I am always watching what they're doing. Every single detail, every single play, every single thing that goes on. Even stats matter in the game of basketball. Doesn't matter if it's high or low. I mean, you don't want to bet on it, but yeah. I say to myself, will this be the year for the Knicks? Will the Knicks win their first championship in decades? I think the last time the Knicks won their championship, I think, was 1973. And now it's 2026. All the players that won that championship no longer are on the Knicks. Though some are analysts, but I don't know why I brought that up. Come on. This is New York. We are the New York Knicks for a reason. We don't back down on our game. We'd never back down. We are a belt-ass team. We are some people think we're overrated or underrated. Trust me, we're underrated. Because we might have haters out there that think we ain't going to make this playoffs, and all of a sudden they could be proved wrong. We'll prove them wrong, of course. But how do we prove those haters wrong? How do we prove those haters wrong? That's the question. You might be asking yourself, why the Knicks? I mean, we play at the most famous arena on our planet. And we are going to dominate. We better dominate the series. Because for one reason or another, what I am thinking about, I pray. Listen, I pray to God. Hopefully God does something to help this team, because if you know me, Gypsy King, you know I'm a huge fanatic. I'm a Knicks super fan. And it's pissed me off due to the two eliminations, because 2024, 2025, that's 2 consecutive years that they get killed by the Pacers. Good news is, which makes me happy, they don't have to deal with the Pacers this year, because they were eliminated they didn't make the playoffs at all in the finals last year against OKC in Game 7. Tyrese Haliburton tore his Achilles. And so far his recovery is doing great. But for the Knicks, they have a squad. They have a powerhouse. They have a huge, important mega dynasty. A dynasty. We call this they have the Empire of the Knicks. They call our empire the Knicks in New York. And what I'm going to say about this, guys, this team, this one heck of a franchise is going all in. They're in for the chip. They're in for the series. They're in to dominate. They are in to do whatever it takes to win this championship, because they really want to win this championship, even if it's the last thing they ever do. They're set. Brunson be like, I'm going to win this champion. Brunson might want to say, I'm going to win the championship this year if it's the last thing I ever do. And he's not wrong. Not at all. Like when you're winning a championship, of all playoff rounds, the NBA Finals is the most difficult round to go through. Winning a championship is not easy. Even winning a single game in general isn't easy. Like, think about it for a second. Use your brain. Do you think the Knicks will win the series? Is their current roster the perfect roster to help? Do you think so? Because for one, I think there's a possibility, but you don't want to jinx yourself. Like, I would never want to jinx myself. If I'm saying, I think the Knicks are going to win, all of a sudden they get eliminated by Cleveland. I'm praying that doesn't happen. I mean, Cavs fans who are watching this, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, okay? I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. Especially, I mean, listen, I love all NBA teams. You know, I'm a huge NBA fan. I love all teams, but Cavs fans, I'm not trying to piss you off. But the New York Knicks, we're not going easy on you. And when we do win this chip, especially when we have to deal with an NBA team who won a championship with one of the greatest players of all time. Yeah. You won a chip with LeBron. You went to the NBA Finals twice after that against Golden State. You lost. So you won a chip against Golden State, and then 2 consecutive years after that against Golden State, you lose. I don't know what that is, but just like when the Knicks got eliminated by the Pacers 2 years in a row, first time in the semifinals, second time in the conference finals. Come on. Will the Pacers even be better next year? I have no clue. No clue. But think about it. With guys like Brunson, Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Bridges, Hardick starting 5, and McBride, Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson, Jose Alvarado, Landry Shamet, and Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench, like their bench unit. Like, I know their bench unit didn't do shit. Like, in Game 3, the Knicks bench didn't even do shit. Not at all. Starters, pretty nice. But the New York Knicks bench, they didn't even do shit. Not at all. Not saying they did nothing. Not saying they didn't do anything. I mean, McBride did put up some points, but other than that, the bench for the New York Knicks didn't even do shit. Alvarado didn't do shit. 8 minutes. No. Robinson, I mean, he didn't do shit either. If you're watching this, I'm not trying to be rude, but honestly, I mean, the Knicks bench, to tell you the truth, their bench isn't bad, but they just didn't do shit. I mean, yeah. This is when you're perseverating on the fact that the Knicks bench didn't do shit. If you perseverate on this, then you're gonna realize they have to do something. I mean, it's great that you win, but you really need players coming off the bench. That's why it's important to have a player coming off the bench. And they more like, coming off the bench and actually doing something useful. Come on, their bench has to do better. Of course they have to. Like McBride. Let's talk about Deuce McBride for a second. This postseason, yes. So points per game. This series, points per game, 15.0 points per game, is barely at 366.7 3-point percentage for Cleveland, versus Cleveland in the series, and a field goal percentage versus Cleveland in the series at 57.1. I mean, the percentages are not bad, but last game, what am I going to say again? Of course, I'll say it again. He didn't do shit. Deuce McBride did not do shit. Fuck no, he didn't. Is McBride even useful to the team? Should they trade him away? I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. And I've been a New York Knicks fan for most of my life now. And as a junior in high school who plans to study sports analysis and broadcasting in college, this concerns me. It literally concerns me over the fact that the Knicks need to give their bench more time. Do better next time. Like what are we talking about? What am I talking about when it comes to this series? How are you going to be in this type of situation? I mean, they're defensive. I mean, I think defensively the Knicks are okay, but why am I ignoring Cleveland? But for Cleveland Cavaliers, yes, that team, that what you call a dynasty, is Cleveland really a dynasty, or are they just whole load of dump? I don't fucking know. But the Cavs, they did okay. Even the Cavs bench also didn't do shit. All they did was just bullshit. They didn't do crap. Come on. What the hell is going on here? What the hell is going on here? I mean, the Cavs are a great team, yes, for sure. But look at this. But look at what I see. By the way, I am looking at the stats as I am recording this video, but that's not important. What's important is, why didn't they do shit? Why? Come on. You need to strengthen your bench up by a lot. A lot. Don't you get it? Now think about it for a second. I know I say this all the time. How are you going to make this memorable? A memorable series? By taking over, of course. Like, come on. Spida, Mobley, Harden. These guys, that's what we call a big three. Look at Donovan Mitchell, 26 points. 26 points in 39 minutes per se, because he's a shooting guard. He's been at the Cavs for 4 years so far, and when it comes to him, like, he doesn't know what he's in for, because he knows what he's doing. Donovan Mitchell, he knows what he is doing. And I am not, and what I am saying so far in this podcast will make sense. 27.9 in the regular season, points per game in the regular season. But first and one in the playoffs, 29.3. 42.6 field goal, 30.8 three-pointer, and 5.0 assists per game. Come on. Gotta work on your assists, man. Come on, Spida. Work on your assists. Don't be a lazy ass clown who don't do too much assists in a game. Come on. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but if you're called Spida, but why? If you're called Spida, you're called Spida. You ain't making any webs here. You ain't Spida, man. Come on. Just play seriously. Play like you mean it, or else New York is gonna take over your ass. Trust me. New York is gonna take over your ass. I mean it. Well, do I have anything else to say about this Knicks series? Well, come on. You know what? We got to talk about OKC now. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's talk about OKC. OKC. Like, they are the reigning NBA champion. So far, they lead 2-1. 2-1. SGA, He's winning his second consecutive MVP because he played more than 60, because he didn't play less than 65 games. You got to play at least 65 games to be MVP. That's what SGA does. Dude, he was our scoring champion last year, obviously. But look how much he's doing in the playoffs. When it comes to the playoffs, especially in this series, in general, like in all rounds, he's playing 28.5 points per game in the playoffs so far. I'm talking about first round against who do they play? Who do they play again? Hold on. Sorry. Who do they play? I'm talking about first round against the motherfucking Phoenix Suns. First round against the Suns. Second round semifinals against the Lakers. And conference finals against the Spurs combined. That is what I am talking about. That is just what I am talking about. Like, I think about it all the time. Is SGA, he will always be. He could be the new face of the NBA. Maybe Wemby could be the new face of the NBA. I have no clue. It depends on, like, who does it the better way. Who does a better job. Who goes in. Who does whatever they can do to prove they are the best in the league. Now, we might have to think for a second. We might have to pause on a moment, because I'm still talking about how is SGA? Why would they trade SGA for old ass Paul George? What the fuck does Paul George have to do with this series? Does Paul George even mean bullshit when it comes to SGA? I mean, they were traded for each other, but what the fuck does OKC current dynasty have to do with fucking Paul George? The answer is, other than the SGA trade, nothing. Nothing at all. Okay? Nothing at all. Like I said, I've been an NBA fan for years. It doesn't concern me that much of the Paul George trade. And what happens is you trade Paul George to the LA Clippers. Oh, by the way, Paul George is no longer on the Clippers. You trade, but what I'm trying to say is 2019, trade Paul George to the Clippers for a Canadian point guard who helps you win an NBA championship. And now, because of that trade, the Thunder have the 12th pick in the 2026 NBA draft. Yep, the 12th pick. Yep, the 12th pick in the draft. And besides, hold on. Yep, I was right. The 12th pick. They got 2 first-round picks. 12 via the Clippers, 17 via the Philadelphia 76ers, and 37 via the Dallas Mavericks. There was a chance they would get the number 1 pick. If they ended up getting the number 1 pick in this draft, the league would be screwed. And I mean screwed. Like what would happen? This is going to be a problem if the Thunder get AJ DiBanza. You have made an extreme super team. You are rigging the NBA. But little did we know, the Wizards would actually end up getting the number 1 pick. I'm not surprised. They were projected to. They were the one that's most likely to get the first pick. And I'm not surprised that they ended up getting it. And what I'm thinking is, if the Thunder get the number 1 pick, What's going to happen? I mean, the draft lottery is already over. And what if but either way, if they trade for it, we are screwed. Yeah. Just, yeah. I'm still thinking, how will they get this pick? Who will they draft with 12th pick? My projected picks for OKC that I projected them getting with the 12th pick, Bennett Sturts. With the 17th pick, Koa P8. Yeah. Are they worth drafting P8 or Sturts? Is that a good question to ask for first rounders, I should say. And now and if they ever draft a second round pick, I should say, let me tell you something. They could get Milos Uzan, but I don't think he'll be drafted. Also, by the way, for OKC, rookies. They're Thomas Sorber, who was a rookie in the 25-26 season, missed his whole rookie season with the Thunder. Season before that, Nikola Topic missed his own rookie season with the Thunder. And 2 seasons before that, Chet Holmgren, same thing happened with Chet Holmgren. Those are talking about 3 players who were on the Thunder, who missed a rookie season as a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Is the league cursed? If the Thunder draft Koa P8, or if Bennett Sturts gets drafted by the Thunder, will he miss his rookie season? If Koa P8 gets drafted by the Thunder, will he miss his rookie season? I have no clue. I'm not joking. I'm being serious. What will happen? What is going to happen? Now with the Spurs, they expect the real new face of the franchise, Victor Wembanyama, or one of the best players in the league. He's really he could be a key factor to help the Spurs possibly take over the Thunder and advance to the finals. To tell you the truth, I won't be surprised if OKC or San Antonio makes the finals. Because San Antonio has beat OKC a few times during the regular season, especially during the Christmas Day game. But during that game, they started Luke Cornett over Wemby because of an injury. But that's not important. What's important is the question that if the Spurs make it to the finals, what's going to happen? Just what are the expectations? What will happen? And will they win the championship or not? That is a question that I am asking myself. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to smash that like button if you're new to our channel, and make sure to hit the subscribe button because it really helps me out, and make sure to ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video on our podcast. Now, for trade rumors, and now I think it's time that we talk about our trade rumors, because who's in trade rumors? Put it in the Premier chat. Giannis. Oh, I see you might be putting in Giannis. Well, Giannis is in trade rumors. Who are the favorites to get him? Well, so far, I think the Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Portland Trail Blazers, Miami Heat are the betting favorites to get him. Would they trade? But first, let's talk about the Celtics. Is it worth it to trade Jaylen Brown for Giannis in a deal, even if it's multi-team? Is it worth it? Think about it. Because I think for all of God's glory, Giannis is not going to fit in with the Celtics. No way. There's no way he'll be a good acquisition for the Celtics. I feel like the Celtics should just keep Brown and Tatum unless they change minds. Because they need Tatum and Brown. But Giannis, if he leaves the Bucks, will the Knicks do well? Because I've heard rumors, mock trades of them trading him for Karl Anthony Towns. But if you could trade Anunoby and Pacome Dadier and a sign-in trade for Landry Shamet to the Bucks, along with 2 first-round picks for Giannis, you could have a big 3 of Giannis Antetokounmpo, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jalen Brunson. And I will guarantee that big 3 will dominate the league. I can almost guarantee you right now that a big 3 of Giannis, Cat, and Brunson will dominate the league. I'm not kidding. I could be wrong, but I can almost guarantee it. Almost. And when it comes to the Giannis trade rumors, there can only be a few things to mention. What are we doing? What is going on? What do we have to do now? I say this to myself. I'm saying this right now. If Giannis gets traded, who is going to get him? Who will get him? Who has the right assets to give up in order to acquire Giannis? Where does he really belong? That's the question. That's the question we're asking. Maybe we should trade Giannis to this team. We should trade him to this team. We should trade him to the Spurs. We could trade him to the Nets, Knicks, Blazers, Celtics, Heat, Grizzlies, blah, blah, blah. No one gives a fuck. As long as they have the acquisitions. Acquisitions. You don't have to accuse the general manager for these rumors. Who do you want to blame? You know whose fault it is for the trade rumors? No one. You can't blame Giannis. It's not Giannis's fault at all. I can tell. I know for a fact Giannis is not the one to blame for these rumors. The player involved in trade rumors should never be the one to blame. That including even Jimmy Butler with the whole, remember the issue with the whole issue, he got suspended multiple times because he wanted to be traded, eventually got traded to Golden State. We don't want to have another something like that. Because that basically ruins that basically fucks up the reputation as a player. It screws up your reputation. It makes you look like someone who doesn't even belong in the league in the first place. You shouldn't even be in the league. But Giannis, he belongs in the league. I want to see him play for many more years in the NBA. I definitely want him to play in the NBA for more years. I definitely do. And when I say I definitely do, I mean Giannis loves the NBA. He likes playing in the league. I mean, he likes the Bucks, but I feel like he's been on the Bucks for too long, so they got to trade his ass away. And when I say trade his ass away, for who? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Also, there's some other players that I want to talk about that are in trade rumors. One of them, you might know his name. You might know him. His name is, well, not trade rumors, but if he ever wants to return to his current team, that is the king himself, the GOAT, LeBron James. Is it worth it for the Lakers to re-sign him? Even if he re-signs with the even if he re-signs with the Lakers or any other team, does it have to be a veteran deal, a minimum deal, or should he still be paid like an all-star? I mean, LeBron, he's still in his prime. And there's no arguing about that. There is no arguing. LeBron, he's teammates with his son, Bronny James Jr. Will he retire? Is this his final season in the NBA? I have no clue. I just have no clue. What's going to happen with LeBron? Is it worth it? Is it worth it so he could sign with a new team? Does he want to sign with a new team? Does he want to return to Cleveland, Miami? Should he re-sign with the Lakers? I do not know. I just don't know. And on the flip side, if he doesn't sign, if he remains unsigned throughout all next season, is that a sign of retirement, even if he does not announce it? We could find out. There is a high chance that LeBron might never play in the NBA again. There's a high chance. And if he does retire, especially if it happens today, I will not be surprised. I just won't. I mean, if he wants to retire, then just let him retire. But is his career over, or is his career going to keep on going? I'm not sure. We will find out. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the podcast. And press that bell to be notified if you ever want to see more of our videos. And also, back to talking about these rumors with LeBron. He's gonna he'll just think through it himself. He'll have to think it through for himself. So God's just going to tell LeBron, just think for yourself, okay? I mean, you can make the decision. I mean, if you want to retire, retire. If you want to return to the Lakers, then return to the Lakers. If you want to go back to Cleveland, go back to Cleveland. Miami, go back to Miami. It's LeBron's own choice. LeBron is the one responsible for his own choices. Yes, he is. But how responsible? Is he responsible for some choices, or are there choices that he could be seriously irresponsible? I have no clue. Come on. He's one of the best NBA players of all time. Probably better than Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. Think about it. Just think about it. Is it worth it for LeBron to play at least one more season? I am not sure. I have no clue, but we'll see what happens. Well, anyways, that's the end of episode 1 of the Gypsy Kings Studio Sports Podcast. Before we end this video, I want to make sure to smash that like button. If you really appreciate this video, subscribe to my channel if you are new. And make sure to ring the fancy-looking bell next to the subscribe button that can only appear after you subscribe, so you're notified, so you don't miss any of our new videos. Well, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Gypsy King out.